Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nibiru channel. It is September 11th, 2016. I wanted to get outside first thing this morning and start testing this ultra blue filter again. But unfortunately, at about 6:30 a.m. I stepped outside just to see what the temperature was, and they were already chemtrailing. At 6:30 in the morning, they were chemtrailing the skies over southwestern Pennsylvania. Not shortly after, the skies kind of cleared up a little bit. These chemtrails were still very, very high in the atmosphere. So I was able to capture some footage. If you take a look and you compare yesterday's footage with the ultra blue filter, I was about an hour earlier in doing this video footage, and you can see the planet is a little further away on the left side of the sun. Now it looks a little hazy because the sky did have this faint haze, and well, let's just put it this way, you can tell that the chemtrail was definitely breaking up, because even looking at the sun or close to the sun, you can clearly see that the chemtrail was starting to break up, and I guess it starts to form its thick clouds. I'm really not an expert on these chemtrails. However, within minutes of the start of the videotape, you can see these big, heavy, black clouds just literally coming out of nowhere. Now, as I was videotaping, you could see that the clouds are trying to move directly across the front face of the sun. It's almost like these are some type of smart clouds or something of that nature, because they always seem to want to move directly in front of the sun, and that they did. Now, as they were moving across the screen and across the sky, you can still see the planet, but then it fades away behind one of these thick, dark clouds. Now, with this blue filter, it's kind of hard for you to see how dark these clouds were. Now, right before I started this videotaping session, I checked out our local weather. I went on to my little weather radar and the Doppler, and the skies were clear. There was not a cloud in the sky, no precipitation, nothing. However, these clouds that form do not show on radar. They absolutely do not show up on the cloud cover when you look at the satellite image. That's a little suspicious if you ask me. Now, as I was videotaping back and forth, you can see that the sun is trying to burn through these clouds, and it's actually having a very hard time breaking through the density of these clouds, whatever they're made up of. This chemtrailing in southwestern Pennsylvania has been a huge problem throughout the spring and the first 2 months of summer, June and July. Every single day they were chemtrailing in the morning and then in the mid-afternoon, and we did not see a sunset here in southwestern Pennsylvania for probably 2 months. Now, it wasn't solid clouds, but you just could not see the sun. Now, the planet was definitely trying to burn through the clouds, and you could see it comes in and comes out and comes in and comes out. Now, I was trying to move my little lens flare back and forth and around so everyone can see clearly that planet. It's not a lens flare, folks. So I'm sure that, once again, all of our little lens flare trolls out there, that are paid to spread disinformation on all of the Planet X and Nibiru YouTube channels. They just love this stuff. They are all expert photographers and videographers, but I was doing my best to try to move the lens flare around so you can clearly see that the object in the sky was definitely not a lens flare. Now, I took a few still photographs for you just so you can see what the sun was looking like and also see the planet. But as I said, it was very hazy, and it definitely shows up in the pictures. Now, in the very bottom of the picture, the little white dot that you see there, that is the lens flare. The planet is definitely right above it and the sun over to the right. Now, I had one of our Nibiru watchers send in these fantastic photographs this morning, and these were all taken through a welding lens. And it seems the colors that work the best are this ultra blue and this green from the welding lens. This was definitely some spectacular footage. Once again, I want to thank all of the Nibiru watchers out there. We are increasing in numbers, and that's fantastic. Keep the videos and the photographs coming. You can email them to NibiruPlanetX2016@gmail.com. And don't forget to keep sharing our videos on Facebook with your friends and family members. And don't forget to subscribe to the Nibiru channel for all of our current updates. And like I say, keep an eye in the sky.